Let me see. Press live. Let me see. All right, we live on YouTube. Okay, check one. Then check this Twitch. You be on Twitch?
No.
Push hard.
No, I haven't. Pardon me.
All right, we're good. Okay. Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure we're going right now. We're on YouTube and Twitch. We're doing a live interview. But 1, 2, 1, 2, one place to be with Cheyenne Arnell. How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I am great. So I read you're a singer-songwriter from LA.
Correct, yes.
So how did you
get involved? I've been, Pardon me? I'm sorry.
I'll say, how did you get involved with music? You was kind of going into it.
Yeah, so with music, I started singing when I was 8 years old. And it was just really around the house. And then I started singing in my kids' choir and the youth choir. And throughout high school, it was just mainly singing like national anthems and talent shows and stuff like that. But I never really got the chance to record. So it wasn't until after high school where I just really took it a little bit more serious, even though I was in junior college and on a different path. It was something that I still wanted to do. So from there, I was just like, let me just start recording my original music and getting the hang of things. And that's how everything really just came about.
And what was your different path? You said you was on a different path?
Yeah, so my different path was actually I wanted to be a pediatrician. And it was so interesting because I had the biology major and I was just like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. So I was like, okay, what else could I do? What else could I go into? Because with music, it's really broad. You can go into different areas with that. But I just wanted to find something, I guess, academically that I could go into. And I was looking at communications. I was looking at what else? I was looking at a lot of stuff, and nothing was fitting. So I was just like, you know what? I went with business, and then I didn't transfer. So upon not transferring, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go full force and go into music, and that's what I did. I just got a job, and then I just tried to get into the studio, and that's when I created my first EP, Phases, back in 2018.
Okay, so this was recently all this happened.
Yeah, pretty recently. I made a change to really take music serious in like 2017. So from there, that's when everything I became a real artist.
All right, that's what's up. What do you love about music?
I think one thing that I do love about music is that I get to express myself, and it's not only a form of expression, but a form of therapy too. For me, I can get everything that I need to off my chest. I can write it down. I can just really display it through my music, and that's one of the things that really moves me, and one of the things I love about doing music.
So who are your influences?
My influences, it's so many. I'll just name just a few, but it's just so many, from Stevie Wonder to Donny Hathaway to Beyonce, Jhené Aiko, Summer Walker, Miguel. It's just a plethora. The list really goes on. But honestly, as an artist, I feel like sometimes I have these phases where I kind of research a certain artist and I just like listen to their music for like a couple of weeks, just focus on that artist and try to take something away from them. What did they do in their career as an artist? How did they, if they were a songwriter, how did they, portray, honestly, their stories through their songs. So that's something that I like to do as an artist. And but those are some of my influences in music. And even with gospel music, I have people like Fred Hammond, CeCe Winans, Mary Mary, just a plethora of influences that really. Pardon?
I'll say, who's the last artist that you went back and studied like that?
So the most recent one was Prince.
Yeah.
The most recent one was Prince, and even though people talk about his lyrics and everything, I just feel like he was the type of artist that was unapologetic. He did what he wanted to do. He wrote what he wanted to write, and in that he created so many masterpieces. He was multi-talented and incredible. And I just looked at his interviews and how the way and I'm learning to do that too, like how he would just not rush into answering a question. He would just take his time, and he would and answering his questions and everything like that. And I mean, he was just yeah, that's just one of the things that I like to do as an artist, and try to take some things away from that.
Right. So how would you describe your style as an artist?
My style, I'm more so I'm like a smooth. I feel like I'm smooth R&B, but with that, I feel like I have like this chill tone to my voice. But what people don't know is that I do have some range, and I really don't show that often. And I think it comes from me being in choirs and stuff like that, especially in church. When you're in a church choir, your range definitely you definitely push in that area. And although as an artist, I feel like I'm a smooth R&B singer, I feel like later on I will display more of that range and what I can do as an artist.
So what did you, I know they had like altars, tenors, sopranos. So what was you in the choir?
Alto. I was a strong alto, but I had range as an alto. I'm not gonna lie, when I was in the choir, and that really pushed me vocally. But recently I haven't been singing in the choir, so I had to do vocal training. So, but honestly, yeah, I'm an alto, pro alto.
All right. What would you say makes you unique as an artist?
Well, what some people don't know about me is that I do play music by ear. Like I play a little piano. I'm not proficient or anything like that, but I do play it by ear. So when I'm playing on my Instagram, everything is just like by ear. So I like listen to a song, and then so that kind of makes me a little bit different. As an artist nowadays, what else? I don't know. I'm just like really just chill. I play. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but yeah.
I'm saying, what do you mean by play by ear? What exactly does that mean?
So so basically, normally when somebody plays an instrument, they're reading music, and
right.
they know how to play because they're reading music, or they practice. They took lessons. I haven't had any lessons in piano. So what that means is that I can listen to a song, and then I can keep listening to it over and over and mimic it on the piano.
So how did you learn how to play piano like that?
Let's see. One day when I was probably like 10 or 11, I just took an interest in piano, and I remember I told my parents I wanted a piano, so they ended up buying me one for Christmas. And it just took me one day to just start playing, and that's just how it came about. It's very interesting. and I think that's one of the things that I liked about Prince too, is that he played a lot of instruments, like every instrument by ear.
Oh, he played all of them by ear?
Yeah. So it was very interesting to see that as well. But I think it's just something that you just pick up, I guess.
So describe your creative process when you're making music.
So when I'm making music, in the past I would use my piano and I'll play a melody, and then I would just go off from that. But recently what I do is just find beats from YouTube, and I'll either freestyle or just write it down. Just write the lyrics down, and with anything I'm feeling, I just write it down. And then if it doesn't make sense, I'll piece it together. And most of the time it does make sense, but I'll just piece it together. And recently I've been on Voicey a lot. So if you don't know about Voicey, check it out. I'm on there as Cheyenne Arnell.
Are you singing, or are people singing, or are you singing with the people?
I'm singing, but you can collaborate too.
Now, some of the people that be on there, like not the people that's on there, the people that be singing with them, that shit sounds bad.
But you know what? One thing I would say about that is that everybody is really supportive on there. I mean, really supportive. It's so interesting to go from an app like Instagram then to go onto that, because Instagram, people tell it like it is. They are very bold with their comments, and I just feel like on there it's just really like a supportive community. It's fun though.
Yeah, because what I noticed people are doing, So then, like you said, you go on from Instagram to there, but then people are putting it back on Instagram and acting like it's a duet. Like if you don't know what Voicey is, you thinking they doing a duet.
No. No, that and that's the thing too. You really wouldn't know unless you do go on there. But even with Voicey, I find myself, getting out all my ideas and kind of making songs. Like I low-key have a little EP on there.
So is it
I'm not gonna lie.
what is it, like you get followers? What is Voicey? I've seen it, but I don't really know what it is yet.
So with Voicey, it's like, so basically of course you create videos. So they have beats and you can create videos to those beats, and you can create songs, melodies, whatever you want to do to those beats, and you record them. And people will follow you. People will follow you. You can follow people on there, and people will follow you. And I think the reason why people will gain more of a following is when it's the consistency. When you post more videos, and then sometimes you'll go on their main page, like the trending page or whatever. They have that on there, so it's like the trending page. So they'll display a whole bunch of artists or people on there, and that's where I feel like the followers come from. But it's cool because you get to gain followers that you didn't have on Instagram on there, and you can follow each other and put your links and stuff on there. So it's cool. It's nice.
Right. And are you working on any projects right now?
So right now, I can't say too much, but right now I've always been writing. I'm getting my equipment now because with everything going on, you just never know if the city's going to shut back down. So I'm honestly getting all my studio equipment now, and I've been writing some. We'll be recording some new material soon, so I'm excited about that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do a music video yet because of everything that's going on, and I have an immune system, so I can't really be out like that. So but I'm working. I'm working, and there's more to come. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And then, how would you define a successful career for yourself?
So for me, honestly, besides the financial gain, to me, it's just really having an effect on people, uplifting people through my music or encouraging people. And that's what I want to do throughout my career. Like I want to plant seeds. I want to make sure that I'm giving back. I want to make sure it's not just a gain for me, but for other people. What can I do? What can I leave? What can I do for people? So that's really success to me.
So what do you want to do for people?
Pardon?
I said, what do you want to do for people?
I want to be in a position to help others. I want to make great music that uplift people, make people feel good. I want to share my story, more of my story, so people can know that, there's more to life than there's more to life, and where you are now is not where you'll be in the end. You know what I mean? It's always room for growth. It's always room to elevate. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be in the same position that you are now, and don't get discouraged. I just want to really encourage people. So
you see, I got a comment right here. Somebody watching right now, Joshua. He said album. See, he asked about the album.
Album, I'm on the way. Be patient. On the way. Seriously, the thing about me is that I never stop creating, even though I don't get a lot of stuff out there. I'm still creating, so that is definitely on the way. And yeah, just stay tuned. That's all I got to say.
And what would you say your story is as an artist? What's your story? My
story is, my hometown. I was born and raised in Gardena, so I experienced a lot, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but when I was growing up, I just felt like there was just so much hindrance, and it was just like, okay, well, there's other people, elevating and doing this and that, and then it's just like you feel like stuck. And with my story, I want to let people know that things change. It's all in the mindset, and if you believe that you don't deserve anything, if you think that you don't deserve anything, that's what it's going to be. If you say I'm poor, or I'm never going to make it out of this, or that's what it's going to be. And honestly, I changed the way I thought. I changed my mindset. I changed everything. And honestly, I would say it's not the same. And honestly, you definitely have to put God first. I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna say that I definitely put God first. But at the same time, if your mindset, if you don't have that mindset to where this is where I want to be and this is where I'm going to be, then yeah, it's just you're gonna stay in that same state. And I want my story to be to people that you can change your life. You can change it, but it starts with the mind. So that's a little bit. It's not too much detail of my story, but it's kind of like my life. Going from here to, and I'm not where I want to exactly where I want to be, but I'm going. I'm going. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you. So where were you when your mindset or your thinking changed?
So actually, I would say so. I would say like in 2017, that's when my mind kind of shifted. Like, okay, this is what you want to do. This is what you want to go after. But it wasn't really until last year that I was just like, I was kind of like manifesting everything in a way. I was just like, you know what, this is what I want. I would write it down. I would put it on my wall. And I won't go into too much detail, but there was a picture that I had. It was like a caricature, and it was the artist did it at my grad night, and it basically stated what happened this year. And I was just like, and I just posted it up, and I was just like, you know what? It works. If you believe this is what you want to do, if this is something that you want to go after, it's going to happen. If you believe it. If you already know you have it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go into your song right quick.
All righty. 101, y'all.
See what people think about it. Hopefully they can hear it. Make sure they can hear it.
I gotta go to 101. Now I gotta see my baby soon. Waiting for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. Baby, show me love. I want more. I gotta go to 101. I gotta see my baby soon. Waiting for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. Baby, show me love. I want more. You know what to do now. And they told me like proud. Hey, it's been a limit to our time. Put in work all night. Stars that the way we up. Now we touch the sky. Moving up inside. Feelings catching flight. Don't be late tonight. We might crash tonight. Acting reckless, I think. Yeah. But I'm down for a ride, yeah. I gotta go to 101. I gotta see my baby soon. Waiting for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. Baby, show me love. I want more. I gotta go down 101. I gotta see my baby soon. Wait for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. Baby, show me love. I want more. Ain't too proud to beg now. I'm not being proud, but like I've been waiting here long. Oh, you've been keeping busy. You haven't been with me. Heard that you was back in town, don't wanna be around, but you know what it is. I just stay in the biz. I gotta go to 101. I gotta see my baby soon. Wait for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. The distance keeps me wanting love. I want more. Oh, yeah. I gotta go to 101. I gotta see my baby soon. Wait for traffic to die down. You know I've been missing you. The distance keeps me wanting more. Baby, show me love. I want more. You know what to do now. They told me acting proud. You know what to do now. Now Penny told me acting proud. Don't be acting. You know what to do now. I've been chilling on for so long. I've been going with the flow for so long. Now Penny told me acting proud.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, that's your other one. You said no. All right. Well, we just like Joshua's still on here. He got another question for you. Favorite singer and singer you're most inspired by?
Okay, I know this probably sounds repetitive, and I know that people probably really aspire to her, but I'll say Beyonce. Vocally, she's just a beast. I mean, even if you remember when she did like a little bit of opera too, and I mean, she's just amazing, and I just really aspire, and I hope to somewhat live up to that, you know, in a sense, and just her hard work and dedication. I admire that. Like, I admire that. She is where she is now because of the hard. First of all, she's talented, but she's here where she is now because of the hard work. You know, and it's just really, it's definitely inspiration. So that's one of my main ones.
Did you watch the Black is King?
Yes, I did. You know,
she made us get Disney Plus for her.
Yes, exactly. It was definitely a wonderful piece of work. Anything she puts out, she makes sure that it is just very just presentable, but like, I mean, she goes above and beyond all the time, but this was just really, it was needed, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
All right, then how are you adjusting to life during COVID and all these protests and stuff?
Oh yeah. Honestly, it's been something else, but I'm still grateful just to be in a position to not have to really want for anything. And as far as the protest, honestly, I wish I could be out there. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could be out there in the thick of it all, but unfortunately I can't. But I mean, I just love to see people coming together and really just saying like, no, we're not about to be unheard. We're not about to just sit up here and act like this is not going on. And I love that. I love that. From all races too coming together. I just love it. I love to see it. And it's sad that the things that are going on brings this, but I mean, I love to see people using their voices. So that's really dope. And then me getting really just adjusting to this quarantine, it's been something else. Like I said, I've been getting my studio equipment because I just don't know if the city might just completely shut down again. Hopefully not, but hey. So I've been working on that, and honestly, I'm not the type to cook. I don't really like to cook, but this quarantine has really brought that out. It has definitely brought that out, and which is good because I don't want to really eat out at this time, anyways. But I've been keeping busy.
All right. And what advice would you give to new artists as far as like growing their brand?
Yes, I would say, you know, and I'm actually still learning as well. I would say write down your interests in things that you see that you would want to do. Like what I'm doing now is looking at certain artists' clothing. Like I like this, and putting this together, like on a vision board in a sense, and just really just writing everything down, writing everything out, and asking yourself questions that especially if you don't even know the answer to. Like I've been doing a lot of that, so I would just say really focusing on that. Focus on your direction, where you want to go, who are you as an artist. Like you said, what makes you different. And it's good to take constructive criticism, but know that if it's not coming from a place where people are or know what they're talking about, then there's some things that you can accept, and there's some things that are, you have to really just discern on that. And as an artist, aside from like the branding, as an artist, I would say, if you know that this was put inside you to do, don't let anybody deter you from it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Mm. And what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Oh yeah, I would say thank you for rocking with me. For those who are new, welcome. There's more music to come, and for those who've been rocking with me, I love you guys. I love all you guys who support me, and I appreciate it like more than you know. So, and I try to, like I said, on my Instagram, I try to respond to as many people. Sometimes I get an influx of DMs or certain stuff like that, and I just really try to respond as much as I can, and just to show people that I appreciate your love that you show, your support, you listening to my music, even from 2000, even to the single that I put out 2017. It doesn't go unnoticed, so I appreciate it, and I love you guys for that.
I want to say thanks for coming through Politickin with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. You want to tell me your Instagram again? I just showed it.
Cheyenne is at Cheyenne Arnell, and all of my music are available on all platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, everything. So check me out.
All right, we out, man. Make sure y'all I don't know, like, comment, follow, subscribe, retweet, repost. Well, all the stuff y'all gotta do now.
Thank you so much.